Yo guys, I'm Yellow, a Norwegian hardcore PC gamer, and today I figured that we should talk about a silly question that I've been asking myself, as I here failed to kill the guy in the smoke for once, but he assassinated me. I failed. That's a little backstory for you, which I shot myself, okay? But anyways, yeah. So I figured we should talk about whether or not it's worth going pro. It's a question that I ask myself because I find it to be funny to ask myself dumb questions. I would never consider myself being good enough to be able to get to such a level, even though again I probably got the dedication and maybe in the longer run the actual skill level required. I'm pretty spotty in terms of whether or not I'm fluent with my hit registration or not, but then again that is just how you are when you're not playing as consistently as you should if you want to be a real skilled CS player. But all that aside, alright, let's go through all the nitpicky details about whether or not it's worth going a pro and what you have to go through to be able to get to such a point. In that sense, it makes it a lot more easier for you people to evaluate whether or not you could actually go down that path, alright? So first thing first, if you want to get into esports, especially right now, or if you don't even know if you would ever be able to become a really skilled player in any kind of game, you would probably not be clever to get into esport if money is what you care about, alright? You should rather try and do it for the prestige and the experience rather than anything else. Money is normally the last thing that you get out of such an endeavor, rather, alright? Now, aside from this, you need to be able to have the initial equipment. That would be a computer that can give you everything from like 3 to 600 FPS. It really depends on your setting, time, and place, and map, obviously. And aside from that, also good equipment, 144Hz screen, and so on and so on. The list is pretty extensive, and you obviously also need to set up your game properly. And from that point onward, you need to get down the practice, which is rather immense, but you should not neglect to be able to get some sort of social media pull. There's a lot of ways to do this, but just actually getting skilled at the game seemed to be the most effective one, so I would not route that out, you know. Put in the grind, play a crap ton, and actually get good while having fun at it by spicing up things if that is ever possible. I'm personally, because I've played so many first-person shooter games, not bad at that, so I guess that is why I've been sticking around the genre for so long, you know, like I got 10k hours, mentioned that before. But anyways, so at this point, you want to try and actually get into a team, assuming that you've now clocked a lot of hours, and you actually got a form as a player in which you're skilled. You're not completely that of a brickhead. You can throw flashbangs, play with teammates, have a lot of callouts at disposal, as well as multiple callouts. Whenever you want to team up with anybody, really, they will have different callouts, you see. So being flexible is really important. However, at this point, not only do you need to be able to get better at the higher level of Counter-Strike, but you need to get higher at the level of your own personal social skills. If you ever want to get really good at this game, you need to cooperate with a nice, insane variety of people. You will find people that are incredibly skilled at the game, but they're absolute fucking retards, and you will find the opposite as well, in which you might seem like a complete fool, but you can still do well, while the teammates that want to play tactical with you are just doing terrible. So, I mean, it's terrible and good from both sides. It all depends about the people that you meet, which I've actually gone through, and it was what put me the most off, I guess, from ever wanting to take CS seriously, at least at this juncture, you know. And that is aside from my equipment. It thoroughly needs an upgrade for me to be able to play really good and consistently, and that is aside from my fucking internet, which is really annoying and terrible. But anyways, that is what you get when you get a cheap apartment, lads. Don't do it, it's not worth it. Yeah, but yeah, aside from this, at this juncture, you need to climb up against the tide, and by tide, I mean every single body else that want to get to that kind of sort of goal that you want to get towards. Now, this is where it gets even more annoying. Everything is essentially against you if you ever want to go down this path, alright? So, getting into a contract or a team that actually matters, or that have a legitimate skill level in which it will actually have decent pay, it's just a fucking jittery mess, alright? Sponsorships could be more tight and actually deliver proper money worth versus what the player gets. Organizations could be more plenty off, but they could do a proper job. They could be less scummy organizations. So, you know what? There's just so much crap that you have to go through in this kind of sense that I would just not begin with, if that makes any sense. If it does not, well, I'll wish you good luck, and I'll say, you know what, if you do this on the sideline, maybe you can get somewhere, but damn, you're pretty ballsy. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. If you did not, that's good, because knowing these kind of things is not a bad thing. Here are 2 related videos. If you want to get better or smarter about CSGO, if you want to support me, my broke ass, as I like to say, we got the Patreon page. If you want to support me anyways, really, you also got the Twitch, Facebook, and the Twitter page. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.